What's up, everybody, and thank you for listening to Mastering the Mindset. My name is Dariusdotch, and I'm an actor, hip-hop artist, and fitness and life coach. And I'm here to personally help you train and improve your mindset so that you can, 1, become the best version of yourself mentally, and 2, gain focus and motivation to be able to take action and achieve the success in life that you want and deserve. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel, and at the end of this episode, if you liked it, please share it with a friend or a loved one or someone who would benefit from hearing this message. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to go on this journey with you, and that journey begins now. All right, and welcome back to another episode. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. I'm excited for you to hear this one. I know I say that every time, but every time I'm truly excited for you to hear it. So let's go. So today, let's talk about some problems with personal development. And I've been in personal development for a little while now. I have almost 200 episodes out, and I've heard from several people over the few years I've been doing this that they either heard me talk about something that really helped them, or people tell me how they've been implementing the things I talk about on here in their own lives and how it's been helping them, how they've been seeing the difference. And of course, I have been implementing these things in my life, and I can 100% say that this stuff works. It helps you grow. It helps you reach goals. It helps you improve areas you need to. It helps you understand why you think the way you do and why some of your shortcomings can happen and how to get past them. And I've been kind of obsessed with personal development. I love it. I'm loving the man I'm becoming. My auntie tell me all the time, and I truly believe her, that my mama would be so proud of me. She'd be so proud of the son I became. And I think my personal development is only adding to that. But like I said, I'm low-key obsessed with it. And over the years of doing it, of listening to other life coaches who've been doing the same thing, just way, way longer than me, who have way more experience than me, I've either experienced or learned about some problems that come from personal development, things that we will call problems. And one of the first things we notice with it is we find out that, I have some areas I want to improve in myself. And this don't mean that there's something wrong with us, but there are certain aspects that we want to improve on, because before you start, ignorance is bliss, right? We don't know what we don't know, but we start working on ourselves. We start learning things, and we start to see these areas about ourselves as flaws. We feel like that we have these things to work on, and it makes us not good. We have problems. We feel like we need to work on things to get quote unquote normal, that there's something wrong with us. And we put a spotlight on the things we need to work on, a spotlight on that anger issue, a spotlight on needing to meditate more, a spotlight on having too much anxiety, too much stress. Whatever it is, we can think of that thing of us being below the normal line. And we can get caught up in thinking that we need to improve ourselves just to be normal. I need to get better just to get normal. And trying to get to just normal, having to work to get to quote unquote normal, that ain't motivating, right? And what I want you to understand is that if you have things you need to work on, stress, anxiety, bad habits, getting better, following through, showing up for yourself, negative self-talk, you are normal. There's nothing wrong with you. You are normal. It's normal to have any of these things. To need to work on any of these, that is normal. To get quote unquote better is implying that right now you're currently worse. And that's not the way you should be looking at it. These things are normal. These are normal human sides of any human being. The way you should be looking at this is, I'm working on myself to get better, to create a more evolved version of myself. And this is one of the first things we notice. One of the first problems with personal development. Now that we become aware, we think there's something, quote unquote, wrong with us. Change the way you think about that. Now, the second thing that happens that I've noticed that a lot of life coaches talk about is once we notice that we're trying to get better, we get this feeling of, when will I ever get there? When will I ever get there? When will I finally get to that destination? And that's real. We can get caught up in the arrival of it all, right? When will all my problems be fixed? When will it be perfect? When will I get, quote unquote, there, wherever there is? And I struggle with that too. It's easy to struggle with that. You learn, you realize that, hey, these are areas I need to work on, and you do the work. You show up for yourself. you make the conscious effort to change and you see change, you notice that, okay, look, I'm doing it. I got better at that. I'm seeing improvements. And then at some point you fall back into the habits you corrected. And the next thing you know, you're procrastinating again, or you're catastrophizing, or you're not being productive. You're being stagnant. You're not stepping outside your comfort zone. Whatever those things you've been working on. And at some point you come to a point where you just ask, like, when will I ever get there? I thought I was past that. I thought I was done with this thing. And here I am again. And then we start to feel anger or shame or guilt. We guilt ourselves because this thing we worked on that we thought we fixed is now back. Right? So before you ever do that again, understand this. With this kind of work, personal development, self-development, spiritual development, there's a really good chance that you're going to go through this for the rest of your life and you'll never get, quote unquote, there. Hate to break it to you. There is no destination with this kind of work. And getting fully past all the things you want to work on or the things that you've been working on is not a realistic landing place. It's just not. And I've been doing this kind of work on myself for probably a little over 3 years now. And one of the things that I can actually quantify and put in a real measurement, because it's hard to measure how you've gotten better mentally, right? You know how much better you feel. You recognize that the growth is there, but it's not something tangible. You can't touch mental growth, right? But what I've gotten great at over the time of working on myself is being productive. Man, this is the most productive I have ever been in my whole life. And it's almost annoying because I find myself having to resist overstepping when I hear folks make the mistake of putting small things off. Like every time I hear somebody say they'll do something tomorrow, when that thing's only going to take like 5 minutes, it's a mini pet peeve that I never really speak on because I'm like, bruh, if you just do it right now, you don't got to do it tomorrow. It's only going to take you 3 minutes. Do it right now. Anyway. One thing I kind of pride myself on is, again, I am productive as hell, but I still have moments. I still have seasons where I just procrastinate, where I put things off, where I'm not as productive. I'm not as disciplined. And I used to beat myself up about that. Like, come on, Dotch, you better than this. The hell wrong with you? Don't be soft. Don't give me that I'm too tired BS. Don't tell me you mentally tired. Put down the damn phone. Get to work. Now, do I need to hold myself accountable? Yes, and you should too. But you also need to recognize that there ain't no final destination. It's gonna happen again. These things will come back up again. And you just need to dust yourself off and get back on the horse. Because it's gonna happen. Look at the most successful people. They will tell you that the journey that they went through, that they're still on, it's one you have to keep on keeping on. Now, what I'm not saying is it'll be hard the whole time because that just sounds awful, right? When you look back and see how far you came and how much work it took, the last thing you want to hear is, what? You telling me I got to do all that all over again, right? You've already done the heavy lifting to get to this point. It's a setback, not a reset. You've done the hardest part. Now you just have to maintain it to fix a few patches every now and then. Right. So, again, it's not about the destination. It's about understanding that we'll constantly need to improve and work on ourselves, constantly having to evolve. What's up? I want to take a quick moment to say thank you so much for listening to this episode and to also let you know that this podcast is 100% donation driven, which means it's completely funded by you, the listener. So if you like the content I have to offer, I would love it if you can make a donation and you get to pick the amount. I left links in the description of the video as well as my homepage. You can choose which way benefits you the best to donate. And if you need more options, please feel free to email me at dariusdotch@gmail.com. That's dariusdotch@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for being here and let's get back to it. And I think what it really comes down to is the bounce back. The time it takes to get back on track, because the more you work on yourself, the more you're going to have the moments where you come up to something that you thought you quote unquote fixed. They're going to keep coming up because you're going to keep evolving. And with evolution brings change. So some things are going to be brand new. Other things are going to be old habits and old thought patterns. Either way, they will still pop up. So it comes down to allowing it to affect you less and less. The more that you let go of trying to quote unquote arrive or be quote unquote there or be perfect with it, the more you let go of that perspective that I need to finally quote unquote get there, the more your happiness will go up. because some things are just going to be with you forever. Let's say when you were younger, you used to be a hothead and you would get pissed off about something. And let's make it specific. Let's say if somebody would lie on you, that would really trigger you. It'll really piss you off. You hate being lied on, and it will piss you off for a few days. Let's say you be mad at that person who lied on you for a whole week after they lied on you. Every time you hear their name get brought up, it's like they just lied on you all over again. And as you get older, you notice this flaw that you hold on to anger too long and you work on it. And let's say in a few years, instead of a week, you can get it down to like 3 days. Because, hey, 3 days is better than a week. And you work on it and you work on it until, let's say, a year later, now it's only down to a day. When somebody lies on you, which is something you hate, now instead of a whole week, look at you. You done improved, you've grown, and you only let it affect you for a day. And fast forward another year or two, that day turns into a few hours. Then those few hours eventually turn into just a moment. Just a moment. It happens. You have a reaction to it. You can't always control your first thought, like I always say, but you can control that second thought. So you have that moment and you're over it. And maybe, just maybe over time, you'll get to a point where that kind of thing no longer bothers you at all. Maybe. So a few things. One, I'm realizing that this is a horrible example because who gets lied on that damn much? You have a very interesting life going on. People are lying on you all the time like that. Two, like I said, we never fully, quote unquote, arrive. Some things will always pop up at some point, even if it's after years, after we even forgot that we had to even work on it in the first place. Things pop up. 3, on this journey, the most important thing to remember is that the more you release the destination, the happier you'll be. Because we are going to fall back into old patterns, old habits, old triggers. And the worst thing we can do in these moments is to judge ourselves and guilt and shame. Don't find that old wound that you have that you thought you healed. And then instead of noticing that, hey, it actually hasn't healed like I thought it was, let me put salt in it. Let me pick at it and make it worse. No, you wouldn't do that. Again, this is a journey. Understand that it's a continuous thing, that you'll be doing this over and over. It just might not look the same. The way you used to procrastinate back then, and then you work on it and you start to make progress with it, when it eventually pops back up for you, it's not going to be the same. No, you will come at it from a different place. You've experienced the lows at a much more extreme. If you never know sadness, you can never know happiness. If you never know fear, you can never know courage. If you never know what it's like to be broke, then you'll never appreciate having money. If you never experience heartbreak, then you'll never know what it's like to find that perfect love. If you never know what it's like to have a setback, then you'll never know that true feeling of making it to the end of that extremely difficult journey. That feeling of making it. It's a way different feeling if you make it to whatever that goal is and you had it all easy the whole time. If it was a cakewalk, you won't feel the same sense of accomplishment. Not the same as the journey you had that had the moments of doubts and setbacks. And which one do you think will feel better? There's always going to be that yin and yang, two sides of the coin. So what if when we mess up or misstep, we give ourselves some grace and we say, you know what? I'm still working on myself. I'm still making progress. I made more progress and I'm further along than I was last time this happened. But yes, there's still some things I need to work on. And guess what? That's fine. I ain't perfect. Nobody is. And you just keep going. It's not about getting rid of some part of you. Some things will just always be there. That anger might not ever go away, but it's about figuring out how to work with it, how to minimize it. The areas you're trying to improve on will pop back up. So get used to the fact that you are who you are. Not that you're going to just let it stay the same and it is what it is, but you're evolving. You're working on yourself. You ain't perfect, but you ain't the same because you're putting in the work to make sure you do the opposite. And sometimes that includes having to deal with things you thought you got past, but don't forget about the progress you made. So that's what I got for you today. Like I always say, I thank y'all for listening. Please share this on your social media with your friends, with your family. I'm trying to grow this podcast the best I can, and I need your help to do that. And with that, I'm going to leave you with another song. Let's get it in. Yeah. raining again. I got it. I hear the rain. I got it. I hear the rain. Yeah. I hear the rain. I'm shaking demons off me. I hear the rain. Yeah. Let's get it. Rainfall. Rainfall. It's days like this, I just wanna thank God that I ain't y'all. Cause y'all don't know how to deal with no rainfall. With no rainfall. Cause I hear the rain. Rainfall. Rainfall. It's days like this, I just wanna thank God that I ain't y'all. Cause y'all don't know how to deal with no rainfall. With no rainfall. Cause I hear the rain. The sun went behind the clouds, it won't shine. I hear the rain on my window pane. I feel the same, that she don't feel the same. I wanna be like me forever, I don't feel ashamed. I never change, I'll always be me. She telling me I'm stubborn. I got a big heart though, I get it from my mother. And you would never find another, I'm just confident, don't call me conceited. Hope this rain cool me down because I get overheated. I should just take it easy, pour one up cause I need it. Get some wings and go eat it, put Netflix on the TV. And Colin Kaepernick just got a brand new deal with Nike. Goddamn, I just bought some Adidas. And if you ever in the jam, you got my number, nigga. Call if you need me. And that's the realest shit I ever wrote. Cause I know these little skies like to get a little cloudy. It rain all day till you need a little yachty. Bet my neighbors hate the weekend, cause it's a party next door. Me and my amigos bumping Kendrick Lamar. You gotta take a chance, do that for your future. I'm about to wake a few up. I feel like a rooster, not thinking about karma. I was screaming fuck the world until the world fucked me back. I call that Karma Sutra. Trying to brand myself and you wanna start a rumor. I won't even say your name, bitch, nothing but a loser. My niggas going beast mode, doper than the kilo. We some fly Negroes, black superheroes. Play some trap music and you see my alter ego. I've been getting ratchet ever since I was a Nino. Take 3, be the lingo. I don't trust too many people. You never see the real me, that's only if we close. I know you want me to open up and let you in, but I've been looking through this peephole. Thank God for peepholes. It's a rainy day, I'm stacking up like saving for a rainy day. I eat the cake like anime, watch for the fake like anime. I never fabricate nothing, I put my life in the music. So if I pass away, play my album at the wake. And I knew one day it'd have to rain. And with my back against the ropes, I turn into Cassius Clay. Don't like what I have to say, you can go masturbate. You better acclimate to rain, I can validate your pain. That's cause I can hear the rain. I hear the rain. I hear the rain. I hear the rain. Yeah, I'm in my zone right now. I'm in my zone. Said I'm in my zone right now. I'm in my zone. Yeah. Shaking demons off me. Get off me. Get off come on. Me. Yeah. Let's get it. Rainfall. It's days like this, I just wanna thank God that I ain't y'all. Cause y'all don't know how to deal with no rainfall. With no rainfall, cause I hear the rain. Rainfall. It's days like this, I just wanna thank God that I ain't y'all. Cause y'all don't know how to deal with no rainfall. With no rainfall, cause I hear the rain.